आत्मरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनफलशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं व्रजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं श्रीकृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चनगौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। पाञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते हरे मित्रपादं वन्दे श्री गुरुनाथारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्येश्वरं नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नाम नमस्ते दरुदेवे गुरुवान् चरणेरसे श्रीमद पश्चात् चरमेणाश्वमेधेन यजमाने यजुष्पतिम् वन्य यज्ञ पशुं स्पर्धन् अपोवाह तिरोहितः. Translation: When Prithu Maharaj was performing the last horse sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yajna, King Indra, invisible to everyone, stole the horse intended for sacrifice. He did this because of his great envy of King Prithu. Purport: King Indra is known as a Sitakartu, which indicates that he has performed 100 horse sacrifices Ashwamedha Yajna. We should know, however, that the animals sacrificed in Yajna were not killed. If the Vedic mantras were properly pronounced during the sacrifice, the animal sacrificed would come out again with a new life. That is the test for the successful yajna. When King Prithu was performing 100 yajnas, Indra became very envious because he did not want anyone to excel him. Being an ordinary living entity, he became envious of King Prithu and making himself invisible, he stole the horse and thus impeded the yajna performance. So, just give me 1 minute. So, Maharaj Prithu, Shaktavish avatar, Jiva Tattva, but empowered by Krishna, he performed 99 fire sacrifices. But when it came to 100th, Indra, being affected by envy, he stole the horse. So, what is that? Can everyone hear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. I'm sharing a presentation. This was done by Sanat Kumar, the temple president here. Very wonderful devotee, actually. It is his, not mine. So, unless until we are fully purified, there is no question of entering into the realm of spiritual world and having a no question of having a relationship with Krishna in the four rasas, Dasya to Madhurya. So, Indra is the one. Just give me 1 minute. Indra is the one, is the king of heaven. Unlimited enjoyment. But so he's not a pure devotee, unfortunately. Though Rigveda glorifies him like anything. 60% of the verses are glorified by Indra. I mean, 60% of verses are meant for the glorification of Indra. I mean, we all, Prahlad Maharaj says, those who have envy is a asura. So that way we are all asuras. So, Prabhuji, it's a very extensive presentation. I don't think I'll show all, but I can show some. When, what is that? When others fail and others struggle, we show empathy and cooperation. When others struggle, others fail, somebody died in the home, we all go. Someone has health issue, we will all go. Or, there is a program happening in somebody's home, they need support, we'll all go. So we empathize with their failures, struggles, and when needed, we do cooperation, we offer cooperation. And naturally we extend our help. The brotherhood comes out naturally. But problem is when we help somebody in the failure and the struggle, the helping is natural. Even if there is some competition, even if there is some disliking or enmity, people practicing, especially devotees. But the answer is, the simple point is there is a superiority feeling. But the compassion that we show is driven by false ego. Compassion that we show is driven by false ego. But when others succeed, that's when, the envy comes out and the relationships are tested. When Pakistan goes through, if world earthquake comes in Pakistan, India is the first country to respond and India gives the aid. But Pakistan wins the world match, World Cup match. How do Indians respond? So the first example is Indra and Prithvi Maharaj only. Vishwamitra and Vasishta. Indra and Vishwarup. As long as, you know, up till 90 sacrifices, Indra had no problem. 97 sacrifices, no problem. 98, no problem. 99, no problem. But the last one, 100. So anybody who does 100, they become qualified. He or she becomes qualified to occupy the position of Indra. So that makes Indra, you will become equal to me. That's when our maturity is tested. You know, There is a competition between Vasishtha and Vishwamitra. Same thing. Indra accepted Vishrupa as the king, as the guru. But Vishrupa was offering help to Indra's enemies. Indra couldn't take it. And he killed him also. Duryodhana and Pandavas also. Duryodhana, as long as you know, they were actually the kingdom belonged to Pandraj. It means his children. But they gave just 5 villages. But when they performed Raj Yajna, and Bhim and Arjun went and conquered all directions, and these people gave a lot of gifts. Indra Duryodhana couldn't take it because of the bad influence. Kaika, earlier she was very favorable, but because of the bad association, Kaika became insecure. You know, uh, on the eve of Ram becoming coronated as a prince. So usually devotee relationships are favorable, cordial. But others devotee success, you know, we feel insecurity, negative emotions may get churned in the heart. Hare Krishna. True test of relationship is not only how loyal we are when friends fail, but how thrilled we are when they succeed. This presentation was made by Sant Kumar Prabhu. He celebrated his 60th birthday recently. So Sanat Kumar Prabhu is actually, many people may not know, Gaurang Prabhu's counselor. Gaurang Prabhu's counselor means the world knows Gaurang Prabhu. But Sanat Kumar Prabhu, he made his presentation 20 years ago. One devotee made an offering. Sanat Kumar Prabhu is like Upananda, very qualified, but he made Nanda Maharaj as a king. When it was chosen that Upananda would become the king, Upananda said, no. More than me, my brother Nanda Maharaj is more, Nanda is more qualified. So likewise, today he is also president. Nanda, what is that? Garamru is also president. One more. But amazing, No, nobody knows that he was actually counselor of Garamru. True test, sir. True test of relationship is not only how loyal we are when friends fail, how thrilled we are when they succeed. Amazing actually. We should all learn this. Congratulations, Prabhu. Amazing. All glories to you. Everyone is listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
It's very important actually. Otherwise we'll not, it's difficult to make progress, As long as we harbor this, I'm talking to myself. When others come to know it, actually, can you believe this thing happened millions of years ago in another age, Satyuga? Hey, I'm just doing my yajnas in one corner. I can never imagine somebody would be affected by this. And and they would block your success. How would you feel? Would be angry with them actually. Average people do not want others to go beyond average, Hare Krishna. Amazing statement. Average people they don't want others to go beyond average. Basically, average or below average, people don't want others to cross them and go beyond them. The joy of accomplishment diminishes when no one celebrates with you. It deflates emotionally. If you're only celebrating, you're envious, then you don't celebrate other success. When you succeed, they won't come. And the competition triggers envy, and slowly it'll create negative emotions. Slowly it'll bring a groupism. Oscar Wilde. Anybody can sympathize with the suffering of a friend, but requires fine nature to sympathize with the friend's success. Hare Krishna. Why? What is the medicine? When is a devotee successful? Because we all have a wrong conception of success. When is a devotee successful in his or her spiritual life? What is the true success? They have a taste for hearing, they have a taste for chanting. Somebody cultivates a genuine desire to be servant of servant. Actually, what is the real thing? Somebody is making progress. They're infatuated by hearing and chanting. And they love to hear Krishna Katha. They love to chant. They want to cultivate Trunada Pisanichena. They are, Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim. Wow, it's very little time before they go, Ainandatanu Jakankaram. Before they attain that. That's a true success. But what do we think? We think success in terms of material terms. Oh, they have purchased a $4 million home. They have become a doctor, engineer, you know, or they have a better, what is that called? Or spiritual terms, he has become a counselor. They raise more funds. Their business is flourishing. They have more intimate association with Guru Maharaj than me. Guru Maharaj entrusts, more responsibilities to them. And they're very popular in the devotee community. When they sing, so many people come. When they give classes, so many people come. And uh, what else? You know, they have, they have more people to listen to. Yeah, giving powerful classes, singing good kirtans. We think this is a success. What do you think? Agree? So, this is our perception of success. So, when we think like this, then what happens? Uh, when they actually, for example, especially which is the area we are affected. Supposing Sachin Tendulkar scores, many times I said this, scores a century, I don't have any problem. Or somebody is making, what is that, 500 gulab jamuns in a day, I have no problem. Whatever I am good at, if somebody is doing that, then I am affected. What do you think? When do you
Yes,
feel? Huh?
yes, Prabhuji, sorry.
No, that's fine. That's what I actually asked. Whatever we are good at, if they are also good at and they're crossing and going forward. If Prithvi Maharaj was ruling the kingdom nicely, Indra had no problem. But where did the problem come? He did 99 sacrifices. That's when Indra was in different loka. Prithvi Maharaj was ruling the Earth planet. Bhumandala, not just Earth planet. That's when Indra got into the. That's when Indra got the problem. So, because we all think success in terms of which we think success in material terms, and we become defensive. So that is how. There's a proof that we have impurity. There's a proof that we have to stay in this material world for a longer time. Our success is based on material terms. Hare Krishna. Spiritual content, Prabhu, he's increased his rounds. You know, he is becoming servant or servant. Somebody is coming and serving you. Prabhu, you are making good progress. Why? They're serving you. They're serving your ego. But somebody is not serving you, but they're growing. We cannot take it. Negative barriers, for, blocking us from celebrating our other success, jealousy, emotional insecurities, constant comparison. This is another deadly thing that shows we are material. Our consciousness is material. So, what are the barriers that block us from celebrating other success? First one is envy, jealousy. I mean, it's not my presentation, it is his. I really am. I liked it actually. No, I have this. I think it's from him only. But recently I took it again from him. Jealousy, emotional insecurity. It's all in the mind game, actually, honestly speaking. It is all in the mind's game. It's all in the mind. I have 3 million followers in internet. It's mind. Somebody comes and tells you your class is very nice, great. So, somebody comes and says you look beautiful. That is gross, actually. Little more money. That is also Kanaka. You have more money than others. You have better big home, and your big home, or your some beauty. Your children are beautiful. Your beautiful spouse is beautiful. Whatever. So those are all gross. But pratishtha, Kanaka Kamini pratishtha. Pratishtha is subtle. Pratishtha is related to false ego and mind. So somebody has more money, you don't care. Somebody has, what that is. You may not be affected by Kanaka and Kamini, but Pratishtha is very difficult. Why? Because it is based on a false ego. Pratishtha means false prestige. Pratishtha means a false prestige. Can everyone hear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, and this is another deadly thing, constant comparison. What is constant comparison? That shows we are on the mental platform. Anybody who is on mental platform, they do three things. You all know this. Complain, criticize, and compare. 1 minute. Roger, I'm in class, Prabhu. Just tell me. Tell me I'm in class, Prabhu, please. I'm in the room. Yes. So, so we compare, we complain, and we criticize. When somebody is better than us, we criticize. Comparison triggers criticism. Complain, it'll also bring it'll inspire us to complain also about them. Small problem, we look for a tiny problem they do, and we just make it. We see in the magnifying glass, we magnify it, and we somehow target them. Hare Krishna. And this is a scarcity mindset. No, I'm not getting it. He's getting it. She is getting it, or they are getting it. Haribol. Another thing is a control mindset also. We're always the whole world is filled with me only, I, me, mine. They're not under my control. Control also triggers envy actually. Inability to be grateful. Inability to be grateful. Somebody is in my Bhaktariksha, suddenly they leave and go to somebody else Bhaktariksha. Difficult. Because lose of control. So lack of spiritual knowledge. Actually, nowadays, we read a lot. So people have theory, but no realization. So people have theory and no realization. Because of that, we don't have Sambandha Jnana, realize Sambandha Jnana. So because of these reasons, they will trigger. That's why we may not be able to celebrate other success. Then I could do better, but was not given a chance. If I had been given a chance, I would have done the same thing. Hey, he's going very fast. He needs to be protected. He should slow down. Hare Krishna. How to smell the trace of envy? No joy at others' progress in Krishna consciousness. When other Vaishnavas are glorified, how do you feel? So, one thing is there. What is the in problem solving? What is the first step? Identify the problem. Second thing, that problem is not good. Identify the disease. Then say, no, I don't need it. But it doesn't go tomorrow if you say today, I don't need it. But at least the good news is we realize we have it. But another good news is we realize that is bad. Third thing, why it is bad? It will keep me in the cycle of birth and death. Fourth thing, my progress is checked. My progress is impeded. Nothing will happen to others. If eagle is flying on the top of eagle is flying in the air, but eagle sees a bull, eagle says, or cow, hey, you should die. I curse you, you should die. By eagle saying like that, nothing will happen to bull or cow. But bull is, eagle is expressing its envy. If you die, I'll eat you. But eagle is telling his mind to Krishna, that's it. So for example, you go to movie and come back. You go to movie and come back. Your roommate is studying. What will you do? What will you feel? Why you're not sleeping? If you study late nights, you will fall sick. So jao. Or you study till the same time, or 5 minutes extra, or vacate. But you cannot stay, you cannot tolerate. Either you have to appreciate that person, accept your inability, and I cannot do like him. I cannot study that much long. I appreciate him. Then you can stay with him. Or you study 5 minutes more, it's 5 minutes extra. So he'll help you compete with him. And this is a positive competition. If he gets 90 marks, you'll get 88. You realize that. even though there is an element of envy, because you're staying with him and your grades improved, you'll continue with him. But you're unable to compete, and your comparison is that your roommate is far ahead of you. Either you have to vacate or be inspired by his association. Only two chances. How many of you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That is it. That's how the world works. Either you have to vacate. No. He studies till late night, light is on, and some fault you have to find out, and you have to vacate, or develop a subtle competition and be inspired, though there is envy in the heart, and continue as a roommate and improve your qualities based on his qualities. Or at the same time, you pray for their failure and your success, then only you can continue as a roommate. It means, one lecture I was hearing, this world is created only, we all want to be kings in our world. So for everyone is a king in this world, king or queen, whatever. There is no Krishna in the center. For devotees, Krishna is in the center. Krishna is there in the center. But after Krishna, I am there in the center. Hare Krishna. Wishing another devotee to face some failures and struggles. Haribol. Insecurity and threatened by others' achievements. Like Indra. Indra felt threatened by Prathamara's 100th yajna. A person in tennis is in first rank, always looks for the second. How many points he is behind me? Arey, wo to aa raha hai, jaldi jaldi, is coming close. He already won the Wimbledon, he already won the title, he will cross me. So the number one ranker will become defensive. This is material world actually. It is true in every area. Crab mentality. One time there was an exhibition for all the insects. So different countries, they were showing their insects. And India also, they were showing their insects. Everyone, they put their glass jars closed. But when it came to Indian, Indian table, so one jar was open. And then the onlooker, so one scientist was explaining. Suddenly the onlooker said, "Sir, every jar is closed, glass jar, but this glass jar is open. If you don't close, the insects will go out." The Indian scientist said, "No. They are crabs. When one crab is going out, the another crab will pull him down, trying to go out. Because I am here, you should be here only. I am here, you should be here only. I am suffering, you should suffer." We see more in the material world actually. The same thing we apply in the spiritual circles also. How many of you agree?
Definitely, Babaji.
So, that's how the world works. One day, one tiger, I mean lion, you can say lion was drinking the water upstream, and downstream one beautiful deer was drinking water fearlessly. The lion became very upset. How can you drink this water fearlessly when I am here? Upset. Immediately, lion went to him. When lion suddenly went to him, the deer became frightened, but cannot run. The lion said, "Hey, why are you polluting the water?" And deer said, "Sir, you are drinking the water upstream. Whatever the water that you are drinking, it is coming down. I am drinking that water. How can I pollute that water? Huh? You are not only polluting water, but you are also giving me answer. How dare you do that?" He jumped on and killed him. What is it called? Envy. How can you be fearless in my kingdom? Same thing with snake also. How can you be happy? Chanakya says this. Two species in the planet are envious. One is snake, another is humans. But snake can be charmed by some music. But a human being becomes envious. He'll use the religion also. Two, he'll use the religion to even pursue his envy. His goals, envious goals. Hare Krishna. You know, what is the, but we do not know. We are just increasing our births. We are chanting sincerely. We are going to Mangalarti. We are with all the struggles. We are making endeavor to make to make progress and Krishna consciousness. But sometimes we give into lower nature. We give into our lower nature. Envy, jealousy, anger, lust. Of course, they are there, but we should not encourage them. I've been praying ever since the temple opening. My Lord, give me strength not to act on it. If it takes long time. But what is the solution? Actually, this is all, we are still in the introduction. It's a long presentation, actually. So, constant comparing of oneself with others. Whatever, whether it's a house, oh, their children are studying better than my children, they are better, something, I don't know, it's basically it's comparison, and we see everything in the, when it starts with comparison actually. Then what is that? We are wasting our time. By feeling envy, we cannot impede their progress. Actually, when somebody takes birth, these things are fixed. Majority of the things are fixed. Beauty, name and fame, assets. Certain things are fixed. Certain things, of course, we can, what is that? It is this, there is a verse in 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Srotra chakshur personam chirasanam granam evacha adhishtaya manasaya vishayanupasevate. So whatever body you get, whatever happiness, of course, when you come to Krishna consciousness, Krishna will definitely, will make the life better, no doubt. Our life will become better, our kshetra, as we come to more and more goodness, our life becomes naturally better, no doubt. But when we give in to the impurities, we are actually harming ourselves. Others cannot go beyond ourselves. So these are all how to trace, how to smell the trace of envy. We have these things, one or all, few or all. It means, we are actually nourishing these negative qualities, Hare Krishna. Okay, why is it easier to have good relation with the devotee when he or she is struggling in their service and spiritual life? Prabhuji, my chanting is not good. How we give 15 minutes class? Whereas it is a challenge to maintain cordial relations when other devotee becomes more popular or successful in his or her spiritual endeavors. Can somebody read this second point? Who will read? Bhakta Prahlad, please read.
Bhakta Prahlad Prabhu has a problem. He is disturbed at the news of Radha Mohan Prabhu made as the secretary of the councillor board and in charge for coordinating the festival management board. He assures his disturbance is not envy but concern that Radha Mohan Prabhu is climbing the success ladder too fast in ISKCON. He needs to slow down for his spiritual survival, opines Bhakta Prahlad Prabhu. However, he has no comments to offer on Radha Mohan Prabhu's chanting 64 rounds on Ekadashi and his daily coming to temple for morning program and Srimad Bhagavatam class. What ails Bhakta Prahlad Prabhu?
So this is a common problem. This is a small example. This is actually a devout example. I can listen to only one person. I am only servant of my guru who doesn't come at all. I can serve only my guru. When guru comes, I cannot serve him because other things will come. Anyway, let me not change the topic. So Bhakta Prahlad Prabhu has a problem. Radha Mohan Prabhu has become a secretary. Uh, and how can he go? He joined 2 years after I joined. He received initiation 2 years after I received initiation. So that what is that? If you see this problem, all these things will come back. Jealousy, emotional insecurities, constant comparison, scarcity mindset, self-consciousness, inability to be grateful, lack of spiritual knowledge. So because of these things, they'll come back. What are the different signs a sadhaka needs to look for to check if his heart is plagued by envy towards someone else? What are the different signs a sadhaka needs to look for? Who will add here? How do we know we have envy or not? The simple answer is everyone has envy. Alright. There is no, you have envy, you say I'm taking medicine. But medicine, for disease to cure, it takes long time. But what should we do during the course or during the treatment? What should we do? Don't act on it. Otherwise, every action has equal and opposite reaction. It will come back. If you speak ill of others, you criticize us, it will come back to you. How to cope with the negative emotions? Competitive nature, insecurity, envy. So they are there. Don't act. Actually, no. So many temples, no temples teach this type of things. In fact, they tell you, we'll pray for you. Krishna is not giving a certain thing. But the pujaari is telling, I'll pray for you on your behalf so that Krishna will recommend you. to Krishna to give you whatever you are asking for. Hare Krishna, there is a problem in this. What is that? Eventually, whatever they pray, it will not happen. They lose faith on you and the temple. And they don't even come to the temple. But if you analyze, I just want to add a few things here. Recently, it came to my mind. I just want to add here. Usually, for example, what is his name? Arjun said, I will not fight. What is Arjun desire before Bhagavad Gita was spoken to him? What was Arjun's desire? What did Arjun expect from Krishna? Anybody?
Say yes to his proposal that he doesn't want to fight and he wants to give up.
That's it. He wanted Krishna. Like our parents, why, especially mother? Mommy, I cannot do. No, beta, perfect. Don't do it. So, he wanted Krishna. Of course. He's giving reasons. And if Krishna told him, all right, Arjuna, I agree with you. You're getting headache. Chodo. I will beg, but I will not fight. If Krishna had told him, perfect. Sometimes mothers do that. Perfect. Mommy, I'm getting headache. I will not go to school. No problem. Second day, I will not go to school. No problem. Third day. Hey, but in the mind, it is there. The breakfast, lunch, and dinner you're doing, you're eating, you're seeing cell phone past 2-3 days, 2-3 hours. Only when it comes to school, only you cannot go. So father is like that. Today father and mother they'll catch. Simple thing is, so this is a thought that came to my mind. Hey, Krishna had a plan for you all set. If your desires are part of the plan, they'll be fulfilled. If not, they won't be fulfilled. Buddha is holding Krishna's feet. My Lord, please, my Lord, take me with you. Krishna said no. Arjun said, my Lord, I'll go to the forest. Krishna said no. Stay here and fight. And Krishna told Uddhava, my Lord, I'll take me with you. No. You go to Badrikashram, take sannyas. Oh, wow. For most of the people, Krishna's plan is already fixed. Unless you offer a better desire to Krishna, usually it doesn't change most of the time. So what is the simple thing? Rather than asking Krishna to go in your way, you ask Krishna, my Lord, what should I do so that I can come in your way? I can fulfill your wish. Why many people become atheists? Because they come to temple and they ask for so many things, it doesn't happen, and they become atheistic. How many of you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Especially non-devotees, not ISKCON devotees. For sure. Hey, past this many years, I'm asking Krishna this one. And it's not happening. Chodona. Actually, when Mataji was in borderlines, and she was in borderlines, she went to a party, and she's very financially big. And she saw they were enjoying nicely. She felt suddenly, ever since I came to Krishna consciousness, I have given up going to these parties. First thing she did, she cut off her relationship with devotees. And slowly she's trying to find happiness in that. That's how Maya works. Why? Initially, Maya will resist. Mind, Krishna's grace will resist. Hey, that is there. You're doing wrong. You're doing wrong. Maya says, hey, great, great. No, this is good. No, Krishna says that is wrong. Maya says this is good. It is exactly like you're falling asleep, but you're trying to wake. You're falling asleep. And you're waking because you're fighting. But Maya is powerful. Exactly that state. That state you need somebody to come and rescue you. That time you don't help. That time, definitely, Maya will win over. So when we have competitive nature, insecurity, competitive nature means what? You are saying yes to the relative world, material world. What is Krishna consciousness? Absolute nature. In Krishna consciousness, in the spiritual world, there is no shortage of um, seats. Krishna can accept trillions and trillions of people also. All we have to do, we have to qualify, that's it. So if somebody doing better will not harm our prospects of going back to Godhead. But when we do not know, when we don't have when we are not rooted in Sambandha Jnana, and when we are rooted in the material world, human being is a social being. We need to hang on with devotees, no doubt. But if we hang on materially, even those with the devotees still are in material terms, then we'll be affected. Especially people, Kali Yuga means Rajaguna. Rajaguna means comparison. Rajaguna is enjoyment. Sometimes people, hey, they are envious of me. You become happy. That is also wrong. When others are envious of you, you become happy. Others are insecure at your success, you become happy. You will definitely be unhappy when others succeed better than you. Hare Krishna. That is also wrong. Anyway, the point is, sorry, it's already late. So we'll continue next week. Any question or comment so far? 5 minutes and then we'll end it.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. You are able to hear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
This is Jayananda Gaurang Das. So, Prabhu, most people, they are, when I see, they are not even aware that they are envious. I'm not speaking about the devotee community, but just like in the world, like people don't even know that they are envious. And even if they do recognize that there is envy, there is not sure what can they really do about checking it other than perhaps taking shelter of the holy name? Maybe is the holy name the main way by which they can get absorbed so that all these negative emotions, as the slide says, can be taken away? Like, how much can an individual do by themselves other than Lord's help? Thank you, Prabhuji.
First thing is we should not act on it. Second thing is, our sadhana we have to increase. First thing is we should recognize the problem and feel bad. The one way to curb any emotion is negative emotion is you should feel bad. It's still there after this many years of chanting, this many years of sadhana. It's still there. My time is running out. We should feel bad for it, for harboring it. 2, we should not act on it. We should pray for strength to not act on it. 3, directly we should glorify that person. We should congratulate that person. Appreciate that person. Congratulations, Prabhu, you did it good. Because it's Krishna who is doing through him. Understanding? Then actually envy means indirect appreciation. Instead, directly appreciate him or her. You understanding? You're understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji.
That is the answer. Outsiders, we have to be careful when, especially the non-devotees, draw lines. We don't cross them. You don't cross them. You don't let others cross the lines. That way we protect ourselves. Any other questions? I think, it's 30-40% presentation is over, still there. Anyone has a comment or a question?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, thank you very much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. Prabhuji, one question. The example that you gave regarding a devotee who is in the borderline, who is attracted by material things, or see somebody in the material world who is enjoying. In my case, Prabhu, I'm just asking, Prabhu, please correct me if my question is not correct. Why the attraction is still there, Prabhu. Is it because of Sambandha Gnan? I mean, in my case, I'm asking, Prabhuji.
So the attraction is because we are in the material world, Prabhu. We are in the body. You know, it's mentioned again, Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions, Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada mentions. We are the spirit soul, but we are living in the body. So it's natural for a conditioned soul. I mean, unless you're very purified, unless you come to the stage of bhava or prema, it's natural we are attracted to the matter. So, no, so yesterday I gave a class here. Prabhupada writes, we're all controlled by minds. So how to control the mind? It's like controlling horse. When you want to control the horse, you let the horse go in her way and in her or his way and bring it this side. Again it'll go that side. Again bring this side. So by giving what horse wants a little bit and slowly you'll train the horse. There Prabhupada writes in 11th canto, for example, on festival times, eating nicely, there's nothing wrong, Prabhupada says. Going for brahmacharis, going for swimming and joking is not wrong. So likewise, first of all, devotee should not break regulative principles, should not do sinful activities. Then full stop. Great. Now coming back to mental, so mind. How do you train the mind? So give little bit so that mind will help you chant nicely. Give a little bit to the mind. So give a gift and you take from mind. But if you do too much, then then what happens is Rajogun will increase and you cannot control the mind. So it's a lifetime endeavor. It will not happen after 10, 20 years. So Prabhupada told Charu Prabhu actually, many times we discussed, 40 years it takes. So this is the life of a sadhaka, and it's natural, we have attraction. Because you're living in the body, though we are not the body. Actually, one time I was taking lunch with one sannyasi, and he said, Yugal Kishore, I have a realization. I told this many times. I said, Maharaj, please tell Maharaj. What is that? Yugal Kishore, my relation is, I am this body. And then I started laughing. Maharaj, what are you talking? He said, yesterday I went to went for a dental work, and they removed one tooth. And after that, the pain is unbearable. Then I realized I'm this body. So we may be preaching for 20, 30 years. We are not the body, but we're still living in the body. Hello? So the point is, as long as the ego is there, that has bound the body to the soul to the senses and the mind and subtle and gross body, there's attraction. So, but what is greatness of Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? We have, Krishna, we have spiritualized matter. Prasad is there, So do your Varnashram Dharma very nicely with Krishna in the center. Then slowly you'll come out. You understanding?
Prabhuji.
Does it answer the question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anyone has any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, done with pranam. This is Anandi Priya Devi Dasi. Prabhuji, I have a question. So Prabhuji, when other person, like at workplace, a person who is not devotee, like non-devotee, they develop envy towards you, how we should respond, how we should behave, how we should keep it ourselves peaceful.
Draw lines and don't reveal your mind to them, and you don't cross, you don't let them cross, and be very careful. But of course, America officers are actually, unless they're in the same team, or unless if they are your boss, that's a different thing. If they're not your boss and same team member, then you're on your own. If it's a boss, if it is boss, then you have to be a little careful. So basically, other person, you have to glorify that other person and pacify their ego. But then they should consider you as their support. Then they will not harm you. You understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Any other question?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam. Prabhuji, this is Vibhu Chaitanya Das.
Speak louder.
Prabhuji, this is Vibhu Chaitanya Das here.
Prabhu.
Prabhu, when we try to help our partners understand something, it sometimes comes across as if we are finding faults in them, which is never our intention. There is no envy, no negativity in our hearts. We only wish to help them avoid repeating the same difficulties or mistakes they make. Prabhuji, however, when our intentions are misunderstood, it makes us wonder we should stay silent or we should share sometimes. Prabhuji, since they are our own family, we sincerely want to maintain harmony, Prabhuji, and keep the atmosphere of the home also balanced, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, how to handle such sensitive situation?
You
Please
said
help.
partner, right? Partner means spouse, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so I mean, honestly speaking, sit together and talk. Do you know there is a saying, don't hit when it is hot. In that is with regard to the metals. The iron rod is very hard, hit it, then it will bend. That will not work in the family. So you don't try to correct them when it is then the situation is very hot. When the situation is cold, means everything is normal, good relationship, then you tell humbly, you know, whenever situation is environment is very good, try to strike terms. If you live with somebody 1 year, 2 years together, you'll understand that person anyway. So it doesn't happen overnight, of course. It takes some time. We used to tell, the life is like this, brahmachari will be humbled in the temple, what is it? Grahastha is humble at home. Become humble or you'll be humble. There is a saying actually. Simple thing is, sit and talk. Sit and talk. One person is non-devotee actually. He says when problem comes, we don't waste our 4 days not talking, keeping the environment very hot at home. They made a vow at the time of marriage. He says, we have to resolve it within 1-2 days. And he says it's working very well. I mean, I don't know if it's truth or not, but he says I thought it's working for, means they have a rule. They should resolve it, that day or next day, during lunch or dinner, maybe dinner because lunch is, they both go to office work. So what you have to do is, the problem is everyone is educated, uh, so we have to sit across the table and try to show them like this, like this, like this. But another thing is also there. If they are very stressed out, sometimes they may not listen. Their work is too much and they're not getting any support. Then whatever solution you may be giving, it is not helping them. For example, you have to chant 64 rounds in Ekadasi. That's a good idea. But there is no time. There is no actually problem with America is there is no support system, no servants. So then what happens is, just 16 rounds is barely happening. So likewise, actually most of the time, the issue is not that issue. Something else is there. You need to find out. Good relationship. When there is a good understanding, anything can be handled. But my request, don't just don't focus on 1 or 2 issues. But it's really thorn, sit across and talk. But once in a while, go out also. There's nothing wrong. But good relationship. Actually, this Mahaprabhu would say is not there no more. He's no more now. When wife and husband have a good understanding, 1+1 becomes 11, not 2. So sit and talk and talk and talk. Or bring, if you cannot solve, then only bring the counselor. Involve. That is the last resort. That's what I can tell, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thanks. Any other thing? Actually, no. I'm sorry. It's supposed to come today, but my flight was cancelled, and there is a strike going on in Lufthansa, and they gave me next, not tomorrow, not day after tomorrow, Monday, but next Monday. So another 10 days. Arjun Prabhu tried probably 4 hours sitting, talking to them. We are trying to prepone it. Let us see how soon I can come. That's otherwise that's what it takes, and I'm also surprised. That is it. If nothing is there, then we'll end it here. Vancha kalpatarabhyasya kripasindubhyasya pitana. Mantabhat Vaishnava ki Jai Shri Prabhupada. Amen.
His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All doing well. Maharaj, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Dhanyavad.